What's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, it's me, Black Suitify. I have my wife here, a special guest, someone that you guys have seen pop in and out. And today we decided to do a special segment, for people who are in relationships, people who want to get into relationships, and those who are in between. So let's get into it. Her name is Shaya.
Shaya.
Okay.
Yes, that's what it
So
is.
everybody's been wondering who's that pretty lady who pops in from time to time. Here she is.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
So you want to talk? You want to introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Shaya. That's what I'm going by. That's what I go by. And I am, let's see, a wife. First of all, I love the Lord.
She does.
I do. So I love Jesus, yes. And I'm a wife and I'm a mom and I homeschool and I teach English online to children overseas. I do a lot of things, but that's just like the basic.
Yeah, let me put some music back here. My brother's song. She wants to, now I gotta turn it. All right, cool. We'll turn it down. There we go. Just music to live by. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So like I said, we wanted to talk about relationship things. So she has some bullet points. Now you know me. Y'all know that I like to talk off the cuff. I'm always off the cuff with everything, but she is more structured. She writes everything down, and I have no control over it. Okay. When we go on trips, it's all planned. She does all the planning. If it was up to me and we were going like on a cruise or something, we just get there on time because I'm the punctual one.
No.
Okay, we get there on time, but after that, once we get on board, we've gotten there all the children's, all the luggage on board or something. Then it's just whatever happens. But no, that's not her, boy.
No.
It's a time and place for everything.
Yes.
And it kills me.
Because I overthink.
You overthink.
I overthink everything. I mean, I just do. That's just what I do.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I don't know if it's a mom thing. I don't know if it's who I am. I don't know. I just overthink a lot.
That's her, man. But anyway.
So pray for me.
Yeah. She's going to need a whole lot of prayer. So look, all right. So let's get into the first topic. So what's the first topic?
Well, okay. So there's a bunch, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like we should start on having valuable relationships that add to your life. Like making sure you have valuable relationships that add to your life. Like not just I want a friend or I just want to sleep around, but having actual valuable relationships.
All right, so let's define what a valuable relationship is.
Well, you define what a valuable
relationship is. For me, valuable relationship for me is when we have decided that we're going to be together. And this is before marriage. Now, what are you bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the table? For instance, are we going to merge finances? Am I gonna keep mine to myself? Are you going to assist me when I need to get up in the morning to go to work? Are you going to be a homemaker? Are you going to bring a dual income in? All right, things like that. Valuable. Also, emotional is the main piece for me. I don't really need a dual income. And this is just my opinion. I don't need my wife to be working at the same time I'm working, especially if we're talking about having children. So my main thing is be there to support me when I go out and have to deal with the wiles of the world. And then I'll take care of you, hand and foot, especially, lovingly and financially when I get home and even when I'm out, because again, that's just what I needed. So what about you?
What do I need? Stability. I think most women need stability.
Yeah, that's the story of a woman's life. Give me some stability.
We want some stability. I mean, that's gonna tell a lot. Like, I don't need to know how much you're like making. Like, or
Well, yeah, you never asked me that, but I'll tell you what she did do to me.
What?
So
hold on.
All right. So like, I'm like,
we didn't talk. This is not in the bullet point.
This isn't scripted. So you better look. So look.
You see these are like flip the pages. Wait a minute. What you about to say? Don't say nothing crazy.
So we were 21 and 20 respectively. We were about to have our first child. And I was about to be 22. And we were going to the what's the name of the burrito place? No, like oh my goodness, not Freebird. No, yeah, Chipotle. We're going to Chipotle. She doesn't remember it this way. Okay, look.
Oh, I remember this.
But she doesn't remember it this way. So she says, "We're going to so we go to Chipotle." So I'm hungry too. I'm like, I don't have any money. Yeah, I don't have any money at this time.
Broke as a joke.
I have no money.
Broke.
Okay.
Like for real.
But what I had was promise. Okay. So we go into the store.
But how did you pay for the drink?
I had like $20, but I didn't have money to buy Chipotle at the time. I was broke as a joke. All right. So look.
Continue.
So we go in. We go in and we order. Shut up, LA. Don't worry, I'll be dealing with you soon. But anyway, he said, So look, we get in there and I order a burrito too. She orders one, I order one. And she turns to me, hey, Eve. She turns to me and she says, this better not be a common thing. You better not be doing this because I don't do this. She said, if you want me to pay for everything, I don't do that. This, that, and the third, and my heart sunk down into my stomach. I'm like, you think they said because I don't deal with dudes who do this. The dudes do this, have done this to me, and I'm not paying for your way through life. And I said I would never do that. And he just said, well, I had to make sure. I'm like, I don't do that. I've never done that. I said, right now, I'm like, this is an IOU. This is a loan, pretty much. I'm like, I just need to eat.
It was a loan. I mean, but I didn't know that. I mean, but okay, so let's just give some backstory.
All right, okay.
Let's give some
backstory.
Now,
look, let her give it the way she remembers it. Okay.
First of all, let's go back a little bit. We done went up ahead. How did we meet? Okay, so.
All right, go ahead. You tell them how we met.
You want to go? Okay, so let's go there, and then it can give some perspective. So we met on the party line.
Wait, time out before you do that. Okay. Now, didn't I tell you that this comment would come? Didn't I say that? All right, go ahead.
You about to find out, Eve. Okay, girl, I'm gonna fill you in. Okay, so we met on the party line. I don't know if you guys know what the party line is, but back in the day, they used to you talk on the phone to random people, and you can only hear their voice. This is like the social media before social media, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we met on there because it was just for children. It was called The Loop, and it was just for children.
In Chicago, yeah.
So I was 12. He was 14. And so we met on there when I heard him singing with his brothers. That's his brother in the back. Shout out to Tim Benson. So anyway, so after that, I remember hearing his voice. He was singing. They were singing like Boyz II Men, 3-part harmony. And then I clicked the button like, hey, yeah, my name is da-da-da-da-da and all this stuff. And then he's like, did you respond?
I responded.
Or was it your other brother?
No, I responded.
Okay. So I'm like, what are your ages? And they told their ages, or he told his age. And I was like, oh, he has a nice, sweet voice. His voice is very high.
Yeah, I don't have no bass in my voice.
And so it's even higher. And so anyways, we met like that. He told me he was homeschooled. Were you homeschooled?
At the time, I was about to get into high school, but I was still homeschooled.
Yes. And so I'm like, what does that look like? Homeschool. Yeah. What does that look like? What is that? So does somebody come to your house to teach you the desk? And he was like, no, it's my mom. And I'm like, okay, all right. And so I thought he was really interesting. And so from that point on, we didn't see each other until
I was 17.
Yeah.
So we just kept the conversation going.
On the phone, no pictures, nothing.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So I really learned to like.
Contrary, I was a boy soprano. I was. I surely was.
You know that high note in what's that? Sister Act 2 when he's like singing, he get that.
Oh my God.
He get that note.
It's the truth.
You get that note.
Yes. Jay Rillo, she's been on before, but she's only ever popped on, like, you know, in the background, giving me a hug and kisses and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So.
Wait, hold on. Here we go. Elliot with a $20 super chat. Black's been sipping since the age of 12. The baby is gonna be great because it's a May baby.
Woo-hoo.
Well, yeah, she is pregnant again with our 5th child. Sorry, finish. All right.
Okay. So anyway, so then I see what you mean, Kai. I see what you mean. Where was I? Okay. So anyway, so we didn't see each other until
I was about 17 years old.
Yeah, 17. So he came and got off the train.
Yep.
Because he was coming from the city. And so I saw him and I'm like, is that you? I'm like, wave your arms, because it was like kind of night and I'm flashing my light.
Yep.
And then I'm like, wave your arms, that's really you. Are you sure? And I'm like, I'll run you over, because I'm at the train station, you know, picking him up. It's a stranger. I've only talked to him on the phone, so he's walking up and I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, hey, and I heard his voice and I'm like, oh, this is him. And so I'm like, okay, he had a backpack, had like 3 cell phones.
Yeah, I had 2 cell phones.
Why he needs 2 cell phones?
Yeah, anyway, I had 2 cell phones.
Pimp.
I was not a pimp. But I had 2 cell phones. But the most important thing about this was, I said, did he have a wide nose sucking up all the white hair? Look, LA, I promised my wife I wouldn't be cursing, so I would say something, but I'm not gonna curse. So look, here we go.
Use your big words.
Yes. Listen, so the main thing here is that how we kept ourselves relevant with one another. Mm-hmm. We weren't dating all that time.
No.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We knew we loved one another. We had been said, you know how puppy love is. Oh, I love you too. One day you're gonna be my wife. Yada. One day you're gonna be my husband. All that.
I'm gonna name my son after. And my son's gonna have my name. I'm like, no. Because I have another name for the son that I'm gonna have.
And we was not about to name him G. Montarius. Okay, so anyway, his another name. But you know how young girls are with their sons. Want to name them some crazy long weird name, but she didn't do that. But listen, so I think the key for us remaining, remaining connected after all the time was that we allowed each other to live our lives. Yeah. She had a boyfriend. I knew who her boyfriend was
for a long time.
But tell them what my ringtone was.
Oh Lord, here you go. I got a special ringtone.
I didn't know this at all.
It was that and I know that he breaks my heart. It was the Sierra and I.
Yeah. That one and the other one before that, wasn't it As Long as Your Love Doesn't Change?
Oh yeah.
By Musiq Soulchild. So every time she'd be with a boyfriend and he would call. And if I would call her, because I didn't know she was with her man at the time. So I'm calling her, and the ringtone would go off, and they'd be like, "Who's this?
Who's this?"
And they'd be like, and she would say what she said, whether it was "Don't worry about it."
That's like gonna be my husband.
Hey, look, Mayo, I was not waiting on the side, because let me tell you, I was kind of waiting on the side, but the thing is, the thing is, when we were ready to take it fully, we knew. And that was when we got pregnant. Well, before that, but when we got pregnant for the first time, we knew, hey, it's time to make this official and to be married. And that was, like I said, early 20s. But from her story, to continue her story, we got into her sister's car and we were driving.
Oh, yeah.
And we almost got killed by
a Jeep.
Yeah, Jeep. We were rolling into the intersection and we almost died that night. But that's neither here or there.
I was like, look, what do we always say?
What do we always
like
say?
Bad boys.
We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. So look, I mean,
it's like that. That's what it felt like in that moment. And so I'm like,
and I kind of put the stamp on it. I kind of put the stamp on it. So from there, from there we still kind of, Simpson. Hey, Uncle Tom, if you were up here right now, I'd be like, let's get your behind up out of here.
You next.
Yeah.
You next. Uncle Tom and Kai. I want to hear that.
Yeah.
That's what
don't worry. It's juicy.
I want to hear that.
It's juicy when they come up here. But anyway, beyond that. So we got married. We had our child. We got married, and then from there,
we were still in a bind financially.
Yeah, we were, man. We were in Korea.
Because at first we were just like, okay, the child is coming now.
Yeah, we were. Before I was like, I was in college, I was going to be an officer in the Army. And then, going to go be an officer in the Army doesn't pay. So I was like, all right, well, I need to join completely. I need to go inscribe. I need to be in the military right now. So I go and I end up, instead of going to OCS, finishing ROTC or going to OCS, just ended up enlisting. And then from there, I was like, because I couldn't take care of a wife and a daughter on student's salary, which is $0.99.
Right.
Okay, so from there we blossomed into who we are today, man. It's been 13 years.
Wow.
And
but we've known each other.
We've known each other for over 20. Because here I am, 37. I'll be 37.
You be telling your age on here?
Yeah, I tell my age.
Oh, okay.
I'll be 37 in June, and so.
Well, I'm 16.
She's 16 forever.
I stay 16 forever. I don't drink, so it doesn't bother me.
And neither who don't. I don't drink.
Yeah, he doesn't drink either, so it doesn't bother me.
Drink or any of that. So anyway, but from there, like I said, we grew up together. We're married together. We kept it fresh by allowing each other to live our lives before we got married. Right. When we got married, we went through the growing pains like anybody else. Okay, not wanting to be around each other. She not wanting to be around me.
Don't hold my hand. Don't look at me.
Yeah, all of that.
I'm mad at you.
No, man. And sometimes it got bad, but she would always say, if we make it to the 5-year mark, because there's, statistically speaking, if a marriage makes it to 5 years, it's more apt to succeed. So after 5 years, we knew, okay, we're in it for the long haul. Just kind of like when you're in the military. If you do 10 years in the Army or any military service, you're a lifer, doggone it. So hence my reasoning for getting out at 6.5, because your boy wasn't a lifer. I'm not about to stay in that. But anyway, that's where we are now, man. Yeah. So that's our origin story, Batman and Robin. I'm Batman, she's Robin.
Wait a minute.
And
I'm Batman.
So now let's go. What's your next book?
Right, because I got my bullet points. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So basically, should I start going into intentional relationships?
Yeah, we can. But before we do that, let's say you see this background, this wonderful background that I always am behind, and everybody's like, "Is he a teacher?" So on and so forth. This is the reason for the background. It's her background.
Yeah.
When she teaches Chinese
students,
communist children.
Don't talk about my kids. That's so mean. Don't talk about them. Okay. I love those kids.
Yeah, but they're really good children. They even send gifts. They're really good.
They do.
And they, that's how I know so much about China, CCP. They don't subscribe to any of that. It's all a $1 billion boys club up there. Yeah. For those who make those policies. All of them are just Americans in Chinese clothing. All right, but you can go to your next point. Go ahead.
Okay, so all right, intentional relationships that can last.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can kick that off.
All right, so whenever you think about having a relationship at all, even if it's just a friendship, for me, I always think to myself, how long is this gonna last? Like, I'm like, how long do I plan on keeping this person around? Is this like a 3-month thing? Is this a 6-month thing? Is this a 1 year? Is this a lifetime thing? So that's what I do. That's what I did with him. So, and I didn't know I was doing that back then as a child, but I knew that I wanted him around for the long term. So for me, that's how I have intentional relationships. Like, I just make sure that I know right away how long I want them there, because some people aren't supposed to be there forever. They're supposed to be there for a season, teach you something, and you move on. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know. So for you, how do you make sure you have?
So an intentional relationship for me. So when I met Shaya here, I knew I was gonna marry her from day one. I knew.
You always said that.
I knew I was gonna marry her. Look, even when we didn't see her, having not seen her, I told her I was gonna marry her, no matter what, no matter who she was talking to. I'm taking her away from that dude, and we're gonna get married. So, but the qualities I was looking for, I knew she was a mother. Okay, from day one, she mothered so many young children growing up, you know, and from her little cousins on to friends' children. She was very intentional about being a motherly person and a mother figure. So you'll never find, well, I haven't, even with my own mother, you'll never find a woman who will put a child first like she does.
No, I love your mom.
Well, my mom does too.
Yeah,
Okay,
his mom,
she homeschooled me, but I'm just saying
that's my person.
That was a non-negotiable, because I was raised with a phenomenal mother, so I had to find somebody who was phenomenal in that regard as well. Not to mother me, but to mother my children. Secondly, just emotionally sound. You know, you deal with. So I dealt with so many emotionally fragile women, man, who would blame me for everything. I'll give you an example. I was the same going in as I was going out with a lot of the ex-girlfriends I had. But 3 months in, they hated me. They hated me. And then I would ask, why do you hate me? And they hate me because they say, oh, you think you know it all? And this, that, and the third. I said, I haven't changed. See, I said, I am the way I am coming in, and I am the way I am going out. So what about me is the know-it-all? I said, well, you always have to be right. I'm like, I can't help it if I'm right on most things that we talk about. No, it's not. Baby. Listen, I'm not telling them that I'm perfect. It's just when they talk to me about, when they have conversation with me, I'm not for the BS. I'm not going to acquiesce. Yeah. Now, you know, I guess that means I'm not a good salesman in that regard, but I don't care. I wasn't trying to sell nothing to them. I was trying to say, this is what I'm going to be if we get married, and they want to deal with it. And then another killer for me was when they would tell me, and I know a lot of men dealt with this who don't smoke or drink. When I tell them, hey man, you know, I don't smoke or drink, I don't do any of that. I said, but if you do, let me know right now, and then we can stop it. And of course they say, I do. They'll say I don't, and then 3 months down the line, they get mad at me because I'm asking them why are they smoking and drinking. And you said you didn't. So yeah. But she didn't smoke or drink, y'all. That was a godsend, because all these. Anyway, I won't be so colorful. and let me go back to Black Thought's comment. He said, "Keep blacks around forever is crazy." I'm ready to get him out of the back chat. As you are a soldier, young lady. Hey, Black Thoughts, like I told to Uncle Tom, I'm like, if you were up here, I'd be like, let's get him up out of here. All right, let's go to LA. LA Wilkes with a $5 super chat. Make sure y'all hit a like button and support these people who can't stop making babies because they fresh. Hit the cash out, you cheap Lux. Thank you for respecting, not cursing L.A. Wilkes. Hallelujah. Oh, that's right, Academy. They were not mature enough to appreciate me, but my wife was. Hallelujah.
That's right.
But so yeah.
Thank you, B-Rad.
Oh, B-Rad, that's my boy. Let's see what B-Rad say. B-Rad says, your wife's beautiful.
Thank
blacks.
You.
I will not simp out of respect for my fellow porch brother. That's doggone right.
But for me, it's important to be beautiful on the inside. Okay, so this is a whole side conversation.
Yeah.
Other than like the relationship part. I have had, well, I don't have it anymore that much. But growing up, I've had a complex.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Hey, look.
I mean, that's a little personal, but I'll just...
You can go into it.
I mean...
Just briefly, you can go into it if you want.
So for me, like, I don't know. I just was like, I'm too light. My cousins have always said, like, you so light and white and you so bright and yellow and all this stuff. And so I've always wanted, in the inside, I'm dark on the inside, in my mind, you know. But then when people, you know, say like, oh, you're so light, and I'm like, I am. I've had this complex anyways, and like some deep insecurities about stuff. So when people say, oh, you're beautiful, I'm like, okay, thanks. Like sometimes I don't respond the way I probably should. But I genuinely thank you when you say that, because it means a lot, because I had a lot of people telling me otherwise growing up, like, trying to cut my hair off. Like, you can ask him. I mean, he wants me to wear my hair out, and I'm always like taking it and I'm like wrapping it and making it tight and trying to keep it all in and trying to put a hat on.
Because she's, she's been cut deep by family. When it comes to
Georgia Swan.
Yeah, Georgia Swan. That's LA's boo. Anyway, let's go. Okay. That's not his real boo. That's who he wants to be, his boo. Oh. Here we go. Kai.
I thought that was his wife or something. Okay.
No. Kai's comment with the $5 super chat. Hit that Cash App, Black Suited5, or the super chat and support the stream. Georgia Swan says with the $5 with the $5 super chat. Georgia Swan says, you two are adorable. Congrats on the baby. Thank you, Georgia. Then here's Black Thoughts again. That dark-skinned, troublesome Negro caught your eye, and you had to wrestle with it. I wrestled with that as well, being his friend.
So it was my goal to find a dark skin, because every like a dark skinned man, like I would seek out.
She did.
Like, and I would always get these high yellow brothers.
B-Rad.
Not that I'm mad at it. Like, it's cool, Or
you may be rice skinned, but you must be a great person if you with blacks.
Babe, what do you be doing on here? What you be doing?
I don't do nothing. Mayo with a $10 super chat.
Thank you.
Here's to you too. Hey, thanks, Mayo. I appreciate it, man. And make sure you stay away from friends staying at your home who may get run over by ex-girlfriends.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, he knows the story.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, but he not him, but Shaya, my wife, dealt with a lot of that, and she, I do tell her to let her hair down. I'm like, don't you know these women want this hair? And she's like, no, I don't want. Let me put it up in a bun. I'm like, I'm talking about she will have done her hair and it may be out and poofy, because you know how humidity, when it hits a black girl's hair, especially a black mixed girl's hair, it gets poofy. And then she'll be like, we'll be ready. We're all the children are in the car. We're ready to go. And then she'll be like, I gotta go there and put my hair back. And so then she will wrap it tight into a bun. Okay. Put some clips in, and it's still beautiful, but that's how she feels comfortable.
Right. So it's a complex.
She's around people.
But
I'm here to fight them complexes.
But he's helped me a lot.
With 30 cal machine guns, I'm knocking them down.
He's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
She's my wife.
And that's the thing. Like, if you have a relationship with somebody, you better know like that person's gonna have your back.
Exactly.
And not be like
I got a complex. I got a big old head, man.
Oh,
I get
baby.
told all the time by Uncle Tom, by everybody. You know, but it's Conshana is
You're
crazy.
fine.
But she loves my big old head now. Thank you so much, baby. But the main thing is, you know, we all have insecurities, and your spouse is there to lessen the blow,
Right.
even when you can't.
Yeah.
And it isn't a hard thing to do. It's just they're that little, you know, cherry on top that helps you get through the day.
And so that leads me into the next thing. So the 5 love languages. I don't know if you guys are, you know, keen on what that is, but we learned about that when we went to a marriage retreat, you know, a while ago, like back in the day. And we learned about that. And so the 5 love languages, you have to know your partner's love language. Now that's huge.
You read that
Hey, grown and sexy. Woo!
No Chaser with a $5 super chat. This family looks
Thank
grown
you.
and sexy. Shout out Blacks. Thanks, No Chaser, my boy. There he is, man. He's another regular on the porch.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Anyway,
But yes, the 5 love languages. So words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me,
and we learned these, by the way, at a seminar we went to
back in
2011.
something like that. Yeah.
And yes, Uncle Tom, making children is Black's love language.
Actually,
all right, here we go.
That's my love language.
That's her language.
Okay, so just like I said, I had a complex. Let me just stop for a second. Being each other's soft place to land is a sign of a healthy union.
That's right.
Amen.
Oh, here's Mama. That's Mama. The wench. We don't call her that. Her name is Mama. That wouldn't have been my 5.
And none of those? Okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. There's Bob. Bob the pilot. What's up, Bob? It's my boy. Kai with the $5 super chat. And this, folks, is why these are our people.
Aww.
That's right. That's
Thank you.
Anyway,
I like his comment.
Oh, Con Shonery. Yeah, Con Shonery is always very poignant.
Yeah.
Being each other's soft place to land is a sign of a healthy union. We're gonna put that on a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, but yeah, so that right there. So my love language is physical touch. And it probably stems from my parents not really giving me a lot of. Okay, my dad gave me, you know, hugs and held my hand and stuff, but when he got on drugs, he had to, like, he left. So it caused us to not be together. You know,
splinter, yeah.
Right, and then my mom was just not that person. You know what I mean? So she just never did that. And so for me, I just needed that. And so when we got married, I was just like all over him, just all the time.
Yep.
He got that from his mom.
I did.
And I even see her always hugging them, kissing them, just always like affectionate. And I never got that. So that's my love language. Yeah. Physical touch.
Locksmith Jeremy with the $5 super chat for the next mud cookie.
Oh. It wasn't that bad though, honestly.
But she liked it. Yes, she's pregnant. Bob with a $5 super chat. Black's beautiful wife, man. Much respect. Mrs. Black's, that's a good man right there. He's a natural resource that can't be replaced.
Aww,
see, thank you. So thank you, Bob. My man, 100 grand. But beyond that, see, L.A. Wilkes, take notes, man. That's how you read a sentence.
Leave him alone. That's not but yeah, but for him,
Black Thought, shout out to the Blacks who defy family. You guys are beautiful. Congrats on the baby. Blacks on the way. Girl, dad, power. Yeah, he has 2 girls as well.
Oh, snap. Okay, cool.
Yeah, anyway, finish your statement, babe.
No, I'm saying, so that's my love language. But it's kind of changing now that I got all those needs met. it's becoming acts of service now. Like I just want stuff done
in 60 seconds or less.
I need it done. It needs to happen. Let's go. You know, I need like, babe, help me with this. Come on now. If he doesn't do it in that time, I'm like looking for him.
Look at
you
Mama.
guys know I'm looking. I will find you.
She'll find me, and find me. She does.
What did you
look
say?
at Mama's 5.
My 5 are I'm hungry.
My 5. You can read it.
My 5 are I'm hungry. Honey, the car needs. Yep, the car needs fixed. That's acts of service.
Yeah.
I need to go shopping. That's gifts. Can we get out to eat? Can we go out to eat? I guess that can be acts of service or gifts or and then or quality time.
Yeah, quality time. And finally
we need a break. Yeah. Quality time to myself.
Yeah. Let's see. Kai says with the $2 super chat. See, she's my people. Weird, that good weird.
I am weird. So me and my best friend, we always talk about how weird we are. We are just like, are we weirdos?
And look, she's blacker than me, guys. You see me. This lady right here is blacker than me. She personifies black. Okay, I'm trying to tell you.
Would you think so?
Yes, I'm definitely blacker than me. How was I raised?
I
was raised Lutheran. I was homeschooled. I am the way I speak. I don't have any slang in me. I told you guys I had to practice it in front of a mirror in order to be able to speak the Negro English that we, the Ebonics. It wasn't.
No, remember when you didn't even wait. What's the movie that you? Where I need somebody. Okay, no. Anyways, what's the movie that I was in shock that you didn't see?
Crooklyn.
He didn't see Crooklyn, y'all. So like I was like, what? So I was like making reference to the movie, and he's like, what's that? And I'm like,
I don't know.
Look,
I don't know these nigga movies. Okay, and I still don't know.
But you've gotten better though.
I've gotten a lot better
because like now you know some stuff.
I know. Listen, I did see. Now I sound like Black Thoughts when I say listen. Listen, I've seen Menace to Society. Don't be a menace while drinking your pimp juice in the hood. All that. I've seen all those. but the really deep Negro movies that make you a Negro, like Crooklyn. No, I saw Roots and I saw Color Purple. But I'm talking about things like niche ones like Crooklyn that I should have seen as a black person.
Did you see The Color Purple?
Of course, yeah. When I was a little boy, I saw it.
Your mom didn't even see that. We watched that
we saw that on WGN on Channel 9. With all the commercials. I had to be like 8, but she didn't watch it. She never wanted to watch that, and nor did I. But I saw it. This dude just said Negro English. You know what I'm talking. Like, don't let Black Thoughts fool you. This man was homeschooled too.
What?
He's in the same doggone boat. Yeah, that's Black.
Black Thought?
Yeah, Black Thought. The one you say whose voice you like, who should be on the radio.
I do think you should be on the
Black
radio.
Thoughts.
Your voice needs.
Black Thoughts is a poser too. He is homeschooled. I'm outing you again. And this time to my wife. I'm outing you, doggone it. I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass, nigga.
I need to pick his brain and see how. Anyway, it's different.
See, look. He didn't see Crooklyn either, and all that. Thank you. And he's from New York, and he didn't see Crooklyn. He okay, and he lived on the same block as Spike Lee and the rest, and he didn't see Crooklyn.
Is there a reason?
His mom was like my mom, staunchly for the Lord.
Ain't nothing wrong with
it. So is she. By the way, this is a Bible thumper and a praying wife. That's another thing, guys. Get you a praying wife.
You have to pray over your spouse because.
Oh, look. See, that's why he's the supreme divester. He ain't seeing yet.
What is happening? What is
and yes, Con Shonery, homeschooling sounds like a positive outcome in all of this. You're absolutely right, sir, and that's why we do so.
What he said he didn't see it neither.
Yeah, because
this one.
Who said it? Who didn't see it?
This one.
I never saw them in. See, but Con Shonery, we're human beings. So let's go. Maybe. Look, here we go. But look, never saw Crooklyn. Oh, this is Victor Hart, the one who I believe is my cousin, because he's from Mississippi. And he knows Shelby, where my dad's from.
Okay.
So that's
What
great.
up, cuz?
What's going on, Vic? Anyway, the point is, get yourself a praying wife. Be intentional with your marriage. Be intentional with your relationship if you plan on being married. And we'll get into what we mean by that. But also, my love languages are words of affirmation. And what was the other one?
Yours is just words of affirmation.
Yeah,
That's yours.
I like to be told that I'm great.
Yeah, I mean, you like gifts.
I like gifts too. Okay, so that's the second.
Yeah, we like
and I like quality time.
You like quality time.
That's my third one.
Yeah.
But words of affirmation from my wife go a long way for me. It's just always been.
Yeah.
And also just
words are everything to this man.
You
hear him.
You hear how wordy I am.
He's a wordy
So
man.
yes, words are everything to me, guys, as you know.
Yes. I always make sure that I'm giving him words of affirmation. Like, babe, you look so good. You so fine. You know, because to me,
you know what
he is fine. But you know, I mean, but seriously, I always make sure I tell him that and just say thank you for being there for us. Thank you for providing for us. You know, we thank God for
thank
you,
baby.
all
thank
of
you,
that.
Thank you for telling me that. and Caddy May homeschooled my son, and he never saw it either. That's right, Caddy May.
Okay, so maybe my parents was doing something.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I messed
quality
up.
time. Oh, you know I did. You know I saying high five quality time. You already know. You know what I'm saying. But
like, that's comment right there. I can just click on it.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Having God in your relationship is very important, and that brings us to the main part. Okay.
Yeah.
Not everybody is a Christian, but I am a Christian. My wife is a Christian. Christ is king in this house.
You have to have a center of where you ground everything.
Yes.
You have to have that, because then what can you go back to draw strength from if you don't have that?
Yeah.
Because both of you guys may feel weak at the same time.
You know it, and she can't be my wellspring.
Right.
And and at times I can't be hers.
Mm-hmm.
Our wellspring comes, of course, springs from the Lord. Mm-hmm. And we read our word together. We go to church together, and we're not perfect in that, of course, but we work our way to it, and we consistently do it, especially to be an example for our children. Mm-hmm. So that's the crux. Yeah. But when we talk about being intentional, mm-hmm. So here's the deal, guys. People do a lot of sexing around. And like my mom said, she doesn't say sleeping around, because you're not sleeping together, you're having sex. So people do a lot of sexing around. And they think that means that they are being intentional in their relationship. But there's no intentionality about it, because as soon as you get pregnant, abortion comes onto the table. And we all know that that's murder. Or I can just leave whenever I want because it was a fling. Now, if you both come into the relationship with that understanding, knowing that you're not going to be dealing with one another on a serious basis, then so be it. But if you're talking about marrying somebody, you're looking for your wife, a man specifically, saying he's looking for his wife, then you can't be out here, dick flopping and putting in everything. If you're going to be with this woman, then you have to ask her a couple of paramount questions. Mm. And what are those questions for me? And this goes to your other bullet point. Okay. What was this bullet point?
Which one? The one we're talking about right now?
Was it intentionality?
Yeah, we talked about intentional relationships, but the intimacy is what we were going to get into.
He said, Black Thought said, black sometimes makes me want to go back to religion.
I saw that. I was reading that comment.
Yeah, he's not an atheist or anything. He's agnostic, I think, more so. But
we're going to be praying for you.
Yeah, I tell him I pray for all of them every day. But listen, here are the questions. Firstly, do you love God? Are you a believer in Christ?
Okay, yeah.
Because that's who's going to be teaching your children. Mm-hmm. And if you're dealing with a hardcore atheist / devil worshiper, how do you think your children are going to come out? Okay. Secondly, do you want to have children? And I'm talking about, well, this is at the first date, you guys.
Because I'm like, the first date, because I talked about this with him. I'm like, why would, on the first date, you would talk about that could run people away.
Yep.
But he's like, hey.
If it run them away, what does that mean?
They ain't for you.
They ain't for you. Listen, I don't need.
But what if you don't want to have to?
If you don't have children, then we know that we are diametrically opposed, and we can go our separate ways.
Okay. But I'm saying it's okay if that person is like, I don't want to have children, I don't want to have children.
Yeah, okay.
Then that can be.
If you both don't want to have children, then
Right.
that's one thing. But I'm saying for men, what's important to a man usually, 99.9% of men is his progeny, how he's going to extend his life through them.
Right.
You know, having babies is an important thing to men, even men who say it's not.
Right,
it is.
right.
So being intentional. Do you love the Lord Jesus Christ? Are you willing to have children? And then do you want to be married? If you don't want to be married, if those, for me, these are just mine, guys. Right. I advise you to get your own. But these were mine. Because if you don't want any of those things, why am I talking to you? Is it just to have sexual intercourse? Then fine, all right, we can have sex. But then you got to know that's about. Thanks, sweet lady, 095. If that's all it's about, yes, he's not. Yeah, Black Thoughts. I already know you're not agnostic. The point that I'm making is,
if it's
only for sexual intercourse, then we make that known, and then we go our separate ways. Because being married.
But what if it's like that in the beginning, and then it evolves into something great?
Hey, like I said, nothing is. No man is an island unto himself, and nothing happens in a chasm. You know, I'm putting a box on this to help people get
to discern from
to get a spirit of discernment about them.
Right.
You know,
this you need to pray and ask God for.
Which you do need to pray
because
and ask
people
God.
are good at lying and not showing who they truly are. So you have to ask God for discernment so that you can know, is this person for me? Is this person not for me? Because I don't want to waste my time. We don't have a lot of time on this earth.
We sure don't.
So I don't want to waste my time with you. You know, so I mean, I don't hold it against people that's out there just, you know, doing that and all willy-nilly and sleeping with people. But I'm just saying, like,
having sexting with people.
That's a dangerous game to play these days, I think, because I mean you can't tell who's who, what's what.
Sugar bum, you're absolutely right, but those aren't Christians. But guess what? Christians aren't perfect.
Not at all.
Christians are liars, deceivers, liars, cheaters, deceivers, heartbreakers, and I won't let you back. No, but seriously, they are. That's the thing, man. It isn't to boast that we are. Young lady, please put that boulder on your finger away.
I was like, I thought you were talking about my poofy hair. I was about to do like this. Wrap it up.
Being a Christian is not a. Being a Christian is, while it is a badge of honor, it's also a cross to bear. Because that means when I'm out here in public, I have to be intentional about who I'm serving. Right. And I can't lie to you about who I'm serving, which is Christ Jesus. And it means that I know I'm flawed. But knowing that I'm flawed, my walk has to be even more intentional than everybody else's. Meaning I can't always say what I want to say in the way I want to say it. Being firm and stern, but being meek at the same time. You know, being meek doesn't mean that I'm weak. Being meek means like a lion. A lion roars and opens its mouth when it's prepared to defend defend against the challenger or is on the prowl and hunting. But so that's being meek. But my point is, we know, being a Christian, you know that you're fundamentally flawed, and in that, you know that you fall short of the glory the most. Mm-hmm. You know, my goal isn't to chastise you and condemn you if you're not one. It's just to spread the good news and pray for you, and hopefully you'll see the good news and you'll want to join the fray and be in this fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not cult like. It isn't for me to shame you.
And if a church is like that,
then they ain't the one. You need to get up out of there. Okay. But absolutely, guys, if something like my wife just said, if your sexual relationship does evolve into that, then God bless you. But again, like I said, I'm talking about something that can put a lens on, and what did I use? What was the analogy I used? Put parameters, put a box on it, so you can avoid some of the hiccups and the bumps that may come along the way. Alex Zander says, "You're a beautiful couple in so many ways, Blacks. God bless you." Thank you, Alexander. B. Rad says, "Blacks, I respect everything you saying, but just please don't act like a Hebrew Negro on the street corner." Well, that's a very interesting point, because while I'll never be a Hebrew Israelite, I believe that most Christian men come across Hebrew Israelites, and are attracted to that in some ways, because they're like, oh man, this is, they're giving the visage of not being in the appearance of not being weak. They give you an appearance of being strong, and it's easy for a young, impressionable man to fall for that. But that's why you have to be,
especially when they don't have their fathers in the home, and they just need some brotherhood. You can definitely get tied. You get drawn into that.
This is a question for you, babe, from Black Thoughts.
Do you guys think you can be close to God without church or organized religion?
What do you think about that?
I believe in going to church. I think you need to commune with other fellow believers to edify. I didn't at first, but it's needed, because you have to set yourself up, like, every day. Like I tell this to him all the time. I'm like, you can't be feeding yourself. What you feed yourself, whether it's whatever on YouTube or whatever you listen to on the radio or whatever you're reading, that's what you're gonna start your day with that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if you're feeding yourself with the wrong things, you start to go astray.
Like Fight Club.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, I don't know how y'all do that. That's crazy to me.
Hey, my first time up there that one day, and I was like, I'm never going back. But
yeah, I would never. Yeah. That's not my style. I do not like that kind of stuff. No. But the question he had was close to God. You're asking to be close to God. You don't need to go to church to be close to God. Yeah, you can have your relationship with God is between you and God. I just believe that, as Christians, you go to church to commune, to edify.
Now, what does church mean?
But close to God, you can do that at home.
Yeah.
You can do that. You, God, praying, talking to him. The way that I'm talking to you guys is the way that I talk to God.
Yeah, what? So, what happened? Valerie said, "Hey, Blacks and Wifey, what's going on, Valerie?" But so here's the point: church isn't a building. Church isn't a place.
Right, that part. Yeah,
the church is your fellowship with fellow believers. That's all it is. Okay, and it can be your family. It can be people outside of your family who are your family in Christ. The point of it is, you need somebody to bounce these ideas off of. You need somebody who can help edify you in the dark days, reading you the scriptures. Hey man, look, I did this, and they can come and judge you, because the whole verse, "Judge not lest ye be judged." They don't completely read. They don't read beyond it, because what Jesus Christ meant by that was, if you judge, just know you'll be judged in the same manner in which you judge. So it's better to give grace in judgment.
Yeah.
So like Paul said, if one or two of them agree, then it's right in their judgment. If I'm telling you, hey, if I'm a young man in the church and I'm having sexual intercourse with all the other young women in the church, and one of the my father comes to me and says, "Hey, blacks, man, what you're doing is wrong, and you need to stop it. It's against everything that we believe in, and you're being a loose man. You shouldn't be doing this." And then I ignore him, but then he has another brother in faith come and talk to me as well, and then another. They are correct in their judgment of me. They're saying, how can you then be a Christian if you go against everything that you believe in by working in your flesh and not abstaining from the wiles of the world? You're just engaging in it, and it's hard, difficult. Again, that's why I say Christians are not perfect people, and they don't ever pretend. A true Christian doesn't ever even pretend to be.
Yeah.
A pastor we used to, when we were in Korea.
Oh yeah.
Pastor Hall. He was a major, and he was a chaplain.
Yeah.
And I remember one sermon, and she remembers it too. He says, "I'm frightened to death every time I'm up here in the pulpit, because I know that I'm leading souls to Christ. I'm over here reading God's word and encouraging you to do so. And if I do something wrong, I'm going. It's my fault.
Yeah.
I could be on the hook for your soul and going to hell and have a special place in hell for what I've done wrong." It's a scary thing. Mm-hmm. Let's see. B-Rad says, "Facts, blacks, and it's crazy people be cherry picking context. Some call God a socialist." And my head said, "What?" Your sugar bum says, "Woo, child, grace." Mama says, "B-Rad, many preachers believe Jesus was a Democrat. Didn't you know that?" Grace is what men in this space want and don't give. Hey, sugar bum, you're absolutely right. And what we talked about that earlier before my wife came up here. We're done with this. Yeah. Well, first of all, we were never part of the manosphere, but we're just so over the manosphere nonsense. It's ridiculous. You know, it never ends. All they do is talk about how bad black women are. And this is black men, of course, saying this. And for them, I do understand where they're coming from. I've dealt with that. But I'm married, and I don't have to avail myself of the nonsense. But as we know, it isn't all black women, and it isn't all women. But what is the main attribute for men, Christian men, in terms of women in them being in order? What is it?
I want to answer this wrong.
Okay. Well, I'll say it. It falls on you because you're the teacher.
Yeah.
So it's God, it's you, it's your wife, and then it's the family. Okay.
Right.
You're the head of the household, meaning you lead your household.
Right.
Doesn't mean this is not a slave master situation. It means because you come to you're charged by Jesus Christ and God, the Father, to love your wife as Jesus loved the church. Mm-hmm. So how did Jesus love the church? Jesus loved the church so much that when the Pharisees were selling things in front of the church, he flipped tables, got angry because they were defiling God's house. That's how a husband's love is for his wife. Right. But these men are so lost because they have no morality, they have no ethos, and then they expect the women that are with them, that follow them, to have the ethos and morality. So listen, I'm not absolving women of their role in the debaucherous nature that they have in the debaucherous things they have engaged in, and the debaucherous nature that they ensued. But I am saying, men, if you want a woman to be a submissive woman, if you want a woman to be a Christian woman, well, maybe not, if you're not a Christian, let's just say a sound-minded woman, then you have to keep God first, and you have to work in your power as a man, which is to lead your family in the way that they should go, to lead your children in the way that they should go, so they won't depart from it. How can they do that if you're out here loose, going to the club every doggone weekend and drinking yourself to sleep, going and sleeping with all types of women of the night and loose women, or having sex with women of the night and loose women, and expecting your spouse to ever be found amongst that? Okay, how do you find a wife with a girl who throwing it back on you and immediately wants to have sex with you when you leave the place.
Yeah.
The quality in which you're pulling from is dastardly. Okay? B-Rad says, I didn't know forcing people and guilt tripping people into helping who you want was good. I could have sworn you're supposed to give from the heart. Exactly. I've realized Black Dot says, I've realized the magnitude of this recently. Sugar Bum says, y'all better listen up, Black Thoughts. B-Rad says, I might join Red Pill so I can slap hoes around. John Shonery says, Jesus didn't like their houses of worship having Roman insignias on them either. Yeah, absolutely. Render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, and render unto the Lord what is the Lord's. It says, B-Rad says, hopefully one day I end up with someone till death do us part. Ain't no ending up, B-Rad. It's that's being intentional. Search for your wife, man.
Yeah.
Search for her. Don't think, oh, I'm going to have her through osmosis. But look.
But be ready too. Like yourself, you have to be ready.
Absolutely. My brother.
To receive. You have to be ready to receive. If you're not right, but you're looking for, how you gonna win if you ain't right within, right?
How you gonna win if you ain't right within?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna do that if you ain't right? And you like, I want this type of woman, but then you're this type of man. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I'm
She's
saying?
absolutely right. Hey, look, we've been talking for about an hour, and let's drop the link real quick. Let's see what you guys have to say. I know y'all got some things to say.
Oh,
okay. We're gonna get some people up here.
I want to hear
okay.
This is interesting.
Let me put the y'all showing y'all. Hey, Sugar Bum, we sure are. We don't care either.
Let's get some women on here.
Yeah, we love to have some women up here.
Where are the girls? Soft touches.
Oh man, Kai beat me to it.
And sometimes women have to be strong and firm. I mean, all the time. Strong and firm. We don't have a choice a lot of times.
Absolutely.
To be like that, you know?
Especially me being a girl dad, having to teach my daughters to stay away from stay away from these dudes.
Would you want your daughters to be with someone like you when you were in your 20s?
Yes.
What about in the teens?
Yeah, I wasn't a bad person in my teens at all. Look, listen.
He was a pimp.
I was not a pimp. Look,
pimp.
I was not. Look, all right, here's Mama. What's up, Mama?
Hey, Mama.
Hi. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I've seen your arm and your hair and a little of this and a little of that from time to time.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah. So what questions do you have for her, Mama? See, Mama's the one who I said is the winch in the comment.
Yeah, I remember one time she was sick. I remember she had gotten sick. Yeah. You feel better?
I do. I've had a rough night last night. I think there's something going around.
Yeah, there's going around. There it is. We had something, remember?
Yeah, I felt kind of bad a couple days ago, and then I was fine. And then last night I was in the on the panel with the guys, and I was just like, oh, I am just not well. And I had to just like leave really fast.
Right.
But anyway. No, what was the question that?
Bunch of different questions. Oh my goodness. Which one did you want to ask?
I was over there just kind of clowning around.
Just clowning around. Just valuable relationships, intentional relationships we talked about. We talked about the
intentional relationships. What are you calling intentional relationships? I missed the first part of the show.
Oh, absolutely. Here. So intentional, and so in my opinion, and what has helped our relationship is when you are searching for your wife, I'm a man searching for my wife. I need to know 3 things, and these are my 3 things. Are you a Christian woman?
Mhm.
Do you want to have children? And do you want to be married? And the reason why they were my 3, because those were at the top of my list as a young man. I want to be with a woman of God. I want to be with a woman who will, because she's raising my child. She's raising my children and will reinforce what I'm teaching at my household, in my household. So that's number 1. Number 2, with having children, people just assume, hey, boy meets girl, we have children. But in this day and age, as you know, it's never a given. It's always up in the air. Well, you knew I didn't want to have children when we got married. And you're like, well, then why did I marry you? Because I told my wife, most men, even when they say they don't want to have children, do want to have children. They want their progeny to proliferate the earth. They want to leave something behind that's important to a man. And then thirdly, marriage. Do you want to be married? Or is this a fling? Because if sex is what this is about, and I'm telling you that I want to be married, well, then there's a door, or there's the door for me. I'll just walk through it and walk away. And I'm saying this is easier said than done, of course. Right. But it's saying these are some parameters you can live your life by to avoid a lot of the unnecessary pain that may come along with growing and searching for a spouse.
Yeah, and in all relationships, not just intentional relationships for romance,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like we were wanting to know, I guess, what would you say was you would say your top, I guess, things that you would have to have for a relationship to be like intentional, valuable, and just something that you can have a long lasting, I guess, relationship.
Now hold on to your horses. Mama been here for a while.
I know. I want to know.
Well, I always tell my children, I know both of y'all have mamas, and they've probably said the same thing. Yeah. I do not get involved in matters of the heart. So simply meaning, if you're having an issue, I'll sit and I'll listen, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I really liked those 3 questions that you needed answered before entering the relationship.
Absolutely.
I think those are very fundamental questions that some people do not take the time to just stop for a few seconds and ask. They don't ask themselves before they even ask this person that they may be interested in.
Yeah.
So I think you have to take the time to say, what do I want? What do I want? What are my needs? And can you help me and to meet those needs? And most importantly, are you there for the long haul? What my requirements were when Mac and I were trying to decide if we were going to get married or not. Of course, my requirements were different than his, and but I wanted him to be in charge of the family. Not a problem. And I wanted to know that he was going to always be there to support the family, not just emotionally, but structurally, financially, because I wanted to stay at home and raise any children that we had. Right. And that had to be okay with him.
Yeah. Did he tell you that in the beginning, like at the beginning of your relationship?
Yes.
about that. So you to talk about that early. See, I'm thinking like most people don't talk about that at first, but you're saying you did. Okay.
Yeah. And then of course we had certain personal, like, I'm going to say ground rules, but that's not really exactly what I mean.
Right.
Like there was an understanding that if 25 years down the road we didn't want to be together anymore, we were to talk about it, see if there was a way to work it out. If not, be amicable and, just not be ugly to each other. But, I mean, it never occurred to us that 25 years later that, we would be in that situation.
Right.
But it's something that you need to think about, if you're going to be in a relationship, there's always that possibility, right?
Because we're human beings.
And forgiveness, I think there has to be a lot of forgiveness in any situation. Sometimes it's little forgivenesses, and sometimes they're bigger.
You are right. Definitely.
And anger, we have never gone to bed without saying I love you. Never.
Oh, wonderful, man.
That's awesome.
Even if, I mean, we don't argue. Our kids will tell you that they can count on two hands the number of times they've actually heard us fight. And but no, you never end your day with your partner without that that affirmation of love.
Yeah,
so,
you're absolutely right.
Yes, y'all better listen.
Now, Black Thoughts, you gonna bring your.
That's good.
Now you see my wife. I brought my wife. Black Thoughts, you gonna have to convince your wife to get on camera one of these days, man. We know you tried that one day. You tried. She said nah. She said no dice.
I want the girls. Bring the women.
Yeah. Right now we got 777 in the back. I don't know if I should put 777 up here because 777, man. 777.
Is he not nice?
He's nice, but he dropped down. He dropped out. I'm glad I didn't bring him up.
But I think it's important too that you have to look at the family that person is coming from that you're thinking about, because that says a lot about them too.
You are so right.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I took one look at my wife's family. I said, nope.
I mean,
they look at her. No, but seriously, her family loved me from the top. Okay.
You're lovable. I mean, what can you say?
No, don't lie to him, man.
What I said? Let's get your ass up.
What's going on?
Man?
But you are.
First off, we're waiting on you to say that you put Beijing in your hair. I already know that.
Look, they keep saying I put Beijing in my hair. Do I have Beijing in my hair?
No.
Rub it out. No, I do not have Beijing.
Listen,
You hate that stuff.
I can get my wife to lie for me too. Okay, that's one rule that me and my wife has. You must lie for me when I give you the wink and the nod. Okay.
Then we had that conversation. We said it. We said that she could blame it on me and I could blame it on her.
Yeah. Hey, wink and a nod gets you everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's almost done doing it.
She's coming. She'll be in a minute. She's probably working on more merchandise.
Take your time, Kai. She's a hard-working.
Now, you guys are not allowed to team up on me.
Now, listen, I got your back. We had to have that white woman slaving for me now. You know what I'm saying?
Leave my friend alone.
Now that's honey. That's funny because that's what my husband calls me, is the white slave master.
Wrong.
So, question
it's
for
all
you.
out of love, trust me.
When did y'all learn y'all's love languages? What year of the marriage?
About 2011.
That was the second year.
Oh, the year of the marriage.
Second.
Second or third year. Second year. It was the second year because we went to one of them doggone marriage retreats.
You know what they have in the military.
He know.
I know he knows.
I've been to one.
Yeah, okay, marriage retreat, and they played that one video of the guy with the glasses on because it was run by the chaplain, and this guy was talking about love languages.
We were like, what?
And we, you had to reaffirm your marriage, looking each other in the eye, all awkwardly, all that, in front of everybody, and it was good because we really needed it at that time. 2 years, young puppy love, and all that. So that's when we learned it, man. That's when we learned it.
That's when we learned it. And it's
Funny
stuck.
story. When we went to our retreat, this was given through the Wounded Warrior crap,
Okay.
There was this chick. I think she hated my guts. And when I said something about my wife, that it wasn't even rude or anything like that. It's just this is what she wanted to come. I don't even remember what I said, but she wanted to come down to me, and I about cussed her out. Luckily, my wife was there because the way she talked, I just didn't like I did not like the whole couples retreat.
Was she black? Was she white?
Oh no, there were two white chicks. One was cool. One I think was a bull dyke. But
you know how we feel about bull dyke.
it was just she just made it bad for me personally because at every turn I wanted to cuss her, and I'm a person that I don't like a lot of people. So if I get bad vibes off you from the jip,
you stay away.
It's a wrap. I mean, it's almost like your soul has to connect with my soul. If it doesn't connect at all with anybody.
Yeah, see the same thing. Like, what value do you add? What do you add to my life?
Exactly.
If you don't go away like that, so he does the same thing.
Yep.
I just don't. I'm not saying I'm not a people person because I can talk to anybody. That's never been my problem with talking with anyone.
Yeah.
But some of these people out here just it can. When you go to some of these therapists out there, they can make or break your relationship. Luckily, when me and my wife went to ours, we actually agreed how much we dislike going to see people.
Yeah.
Because we're both kind of incels, kind of sort-ish, whatever that means. We don't like
you're not an incel.
What's that?
You're not an incel.
Not an incel. We just don't like going to
introverted.
Introvert.
Yeah.
Even though this man is.
No, he is.
This man is the very definition of extrovert.
He is. I can already tell.
Listen, that's why I stay in my house, right? I don't go out to parties. Even if I do.
Uncle Tom creates his own fiefdoms. Okay, he'll have a kingdom unto itself. Right. That's why he got cameras everywhere. Okay, but then when he goes out into the wild, this man will do National Geographic recordings of white people and other people. Look, we didn't believe it until he did it. He said, "Here I am at the golf course with dude." This dude talking to himself. It's crazy. So okay, I can get that. Introverted, I can see.
No, listen. It's funny because I'm both, right? I can be a chameleon when I need to be one.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, but mostly, I like. The reason I bought this house because I like being in it. Right. I wanted to be in my house. I wanted something right. And I like being in my own space where I don't have to feel like I gotta appease people,
right.
or change my attitude to fit the lifestyle of someone else without going off. Because let's be honest, everyone once they leave outside that house, they have to change the way they behave, no matter how you look at it.
Right.
So
yeah, you do.
That's one thing.
$1 super chat says that's Brandon's babysitting the Looney Tunes. I'm Taz.
Thanks for $2 super chat. But hey, I'm an introvert and extrovert at the same time, and I just like being around people that I can trust. That's why I've always had a small tight knit group. Even when I was in the military, I didn't even trust most of my NCOs. And we ain't gonna talk about. There's only a few motherfuckers a few people that I actually kicked it with. So
you preach it to the choir. He knows.
So what's your love language? You didn't tell us.
Caddy May, come up here, Caddy May.
I don't really. So my love languages.
You know the 5, you remember?
So it was
Physical touch,
Yeah.
words of affirmation, then
yeah.
there's gifts, acts of service, and then quality time.
She's
Jesus.
a quality time person. I don't care
I think it's quality time.
because
I think it's okay. So it's quality time for sure because I'm a needy person.
yeah.
Acts of
You're like
service.
me, I'm like that too, but that's not my style.
Acts of service. I don't know too much because I mean it just depends. If you want to do something for me, that's fine.
He's like
I
me.
don't
He
care.
does all the giving.
Oh, he does the giving.
He does all the
Oh,
giving. He's like me
okay.
in that regard.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead.
ahead.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Black.
I think physical touch is probably
The number one for all
one
males.
thing for all
That's
men.
the most men.
Yeah.
Most men is physical touch. That's why I thought look, we would have had 1 million kids by now.
It ain't me.
But he is not like that.
I am a words of affirmation dude.
I don't like. Listen, you can listen.
I think
the
words
word-
of affirmation is actually very important too.
See,
I think physical touch and words of affirmation are probably top 2 for men.
Yeah.
Not for me. I don't
Yeah.
care about words. My words don't mean no. I like physical. All the time.
I like physical.
That word you can keep the words to a minimum. I don't listen. What I tell my wife? I tell my wife, look, 25 words is all you get a day. Choose your words wisely, but
What's hers though? What is Kai's love language? Well, she.
Oh, wait a minute. You want me to know that?
Yes. You've been with her for how long have you guys been married?
About 100
20 years.
You see this man's ugly face? He's at least
Wow.
90 years
So
old.
for the
Black
20
thoughts. I just love your voice. It's so cool.
oh my
Get up
god.
until I said that, right?
Let me say my hello. Yeah. My wife's love languages are I don't know what. It's weird. I know hers is words of affirmation for
Words
sure.
of affirmation.
For sure.
Did she like
What are the
acts
5 again?
of service or like doing
For sure,
stuff?
acts of service. I know if I do something, like if I build her something, she loves that to death.
Mhm.
Giving,
Like gifts.
she doesn't really care about gifts too much, but if she gets them, and she loves them.
Right.
Um,
Quality time. Did she-
Quality time for sure, because when I'm not paying attention to her, she makes sure she knows that I'm not paying attention to her.
Mhm.
So
yeah. Need
but
it.
we've grown to like our own
Yeah.
spaces at times. So that's why I built her little office inside of my shop so she can have her own
But you
shop.
in your office.
oh my god! Look what you started.
I think it took like a week to do by myself.
That's
Building walls and everything.
it. Dang.
Yeah, he did build that office,
That's
insulated and
cool.
everything.
Yeah. it's
Hey,
boring.
he said Black Thought say. So tonight on the Quiet Store.
Yeah.
I said, yo, that's why I was laughing. That's why I was laughing.
Say it. Say it.
Hey, who said 20 years?
Say
Me.
it.
Listen, I can't do it under pressure.
God, I had him. 20
My
years.
mother just said, congratulations on 20 years, son. She's not talking to me. She's talking to one of you guys.
She's talking
She's
to
talking to
me.
me. Thank you so much. And the white lady has just appeared into the room. So this was a borough that was supposed to be her gym, right? On top of this is supposed to be her gym. On the other side was supposed to be my shop. And we just combined them both because I was out here playing video games because this part was supposed to be mine. Then she's gonna have her gym. Now we just combine them all to just there's no gym in here.
And share space together.
Yeah. This is
You didn't know Kai used to bodybuild.
Really? You used to bodybuild? That's
let me
crazy.
mute myself.
Yeah, sorry. I'm eating honey.
That's fine.
What in the heck was going on in the back chat? Okay, I don't care. I was listening in the other room, but I was finishing up some epoxy and stuff I had to do overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some stuff has to sit overnight to be
Mhm.
ready for me in the morning. So there's that.
That was
So-
neat watching you do that today.
It's so stressful to do it on camera. So stressful.
I bet.
Oh, it
It's cool.
is because I'm used to things happen with every single one, and you kind of have to go with it. And that watercolor one with just wasn't going right for me, but that happens.
Yeah.
Where's Black Thought's wife? Is she not allowed up here? Did he yell at her about peppers and now she's not here?
No, she's actually sleeping. She doesn't want to come up. Listen, I've been telling her to come up. She doesn't want to come up, so I just
Okay.
let it be.
That's not
Yeah, because you don't want to make it a whole thing.
No, listen, I just pitched a new show to her,
Yeah.
new YouTube show,
Uh,
where she'll be the liberal and I'll be the Republican, black, because nobody's doing that. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to be the liberal. Everyone's going to laugh at me. So I don't know what that says for liberals, but
I'm
she's going to take a pass on that.
Would you guys laugh at her?
I would definitely laugh at her.
Yeah,
Yes.
all day.
Not nice.
Sorry. I'm brutally honest sometimes. But white lady, they want to know what is your love languages, my love. Did I get it wrong? I probably did.
Oh my God, that story. You
Yeah.
forgot parts. You forgot parts of that story that made it even funnier. It was so. It was
Yo,
a
Mayo,
really
that's
kind
a
of
good name.
crappy time for us
Yeah, that's a good name.
because he had just medically retired, so he had a lot of stuff going on. So it was a Wounded Warrior Project Odyssey thing. Sounded good. Sounded great.
Mhm.
Met a lot of really cool people with brain injuries. All that was good, right? But the first thing they did was tell us we couldn't go anywhere outside of the hotel. So of course, the first thing we did was go somewhere because the food was nasty.
All right.
The food was gross. So
Yeah.
it was in Tampa. There was restaurants everywhere. Anyway,
It was not in Tampa. It was in Jacksonville.
it was in Tampa.
Was it in Tampa?
Yes.
Holy hell.
Anyway, mind you,
Oh, it was in
By
Tampa.
third-
That's right. Yeah.
by the third day, we had all the couples we liked going out to dinner with us instead of at the hotel. We were back. Anyway, so the first thing that went on was the very next morning, because we got there sometime in the afternoon. They tell everybody that they got to be up at like 5 a.m. to do yoga. Oh my God. He ramped up for that all night long. He was so pissed. What is wrong with them? Who wants to do yoga? What has this got to do with anything? That's where everything happened with that little chick that thought she was going to talk any way she wanted to. Him and I are always sarcastic, and we were, forget what, he was already pissy about being there. I didn't want to be up there either. And
I signed us up to make sure.
So it's a Project Odyssey couples retreat for brain injuries, stuff like that, right? So they've got these two pretty young single chicks running it. So that made no sense, because how are you going to tell me anything about marriages and TBIs with your spouse, stuff like that? What are you going to tell me? And that proved it. I don't even remember what he said, but he was talking to me, and she decided to jump up and get like in between. And it wasn't anything, I wish I could remember exactly what he said, but it wasn't anything bad. It was early in the morning, whatever. This chick decided it was really bad. It was really bad. And he was not having it.
Oh my goodness. Crazy.
So, like, first off, chick, I don't need you in the middle of my stuff.
Right.
But I can't. That kind of soured everything for the rest of the time. Until we did because after finding out that both of them were like I don't know, 23, 24 years old with absolutely zero experience in any kind of anything that they want everybody to talk about. Everybody shut down and talk to each other. So we'd like meet up and go to like restaurants and stuff. It's kind of funny. But when we got to the love language part and everything, it was such a sour, like, because of that.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember.
It was sour it was sour then, but
It's
till like 4 o'clock, and then it was all happy smiles and giggles after
'cause
that.
they left.
Yeah. So
Once they left, everything was fine.
I mean,
It was
And
hard
you
to
said
answer the
only
love
one
language
retreat.
stuff.
That was one retreat. You guys have only been to one marriage
yeah, we
retreat?
only been to one together.
Right, right.
That was it.
Y'all was done after that. Like, nope.
The love language stuff was weird because they wanted me to put things in a box. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be, these things have to fit in this box, or these
Yeah.
and as many times as I said, yeah, but they don't, though. For me, you're asking me how I feel about it, and I'm telling you, I'm weird. If he walked in with some, exorbitant gift of some kind,
Yeah.
the first thing out of my mouth would be, why?
How much, or how much did you spend?
Yeah, how much do you spend? Like, why? And it's
So that's
it's
not one. That's not the love.
Oh, Bob, your mic is horrible.
It's not me pocket checking him. It's me saying I'm not that person.
Right.
I am much happier with something like for instance, he built our bed. It's a king size, beautiful farm house. It's gorgeous. And that means much more to me than if he went out and bought some big, amazing, you know what I mean? To me, that's amazing.
Right.
Doing fun stuff, stuff like that. It's not really difficult when it comes to
like acts of service, quality time.
Yeah. And we're really good about, this is new for us to be around each other a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it took getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because either he was always gone or whatever, but we were okay. We did fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're very,
I think the reason we did better with that is because the way our relationship actually started was separated.
Yeah.
So
states.
Yeah, we don't need to talk
with it.
Black Dogs, your mother's over here sunning people, man.
Oh,
sunning them. She sunned it.
I love it.
No,
That's
but
true though.
It's easier for us to be away from each other because we talk more away from each other than we do when we're here.
Yeah.
Because if we're here together, we know everything that's going on. So there's no point in even talking half the time because we know it.
That's
like
true.
He doesn't have to ever be like, hey, worrying about anything to do with anything. Once you go through deployments and stuff, it's like he already knows. It's already a proven fact that he doesn't have to worry about home.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
So everything gets taken care of, whatever. And some people, that carries over.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, things just get done. There's we're just not those people, where were you? It took you so long. Anything. I might joke around about it, like, damn, dude, it took you so long. Did you stop 8 places to get an ice cream or whatever?
He probably did.
And that's true. I usually do.
Then I'm like this, why didn't I get some though? Like,
so you like respect his space. You like
very much so. If I didn't, we probably wouldn't be together.
Yeah.
Because of all of his stuff after Afghanistan. He absolutely 1000% needs to be able to breathe. He needs, but it's weird because he's needy. So I have to be around.
Wow.
Like around. But I don't need to be breathing down his neck. I don't care if he's sitting over there playing a video game. I don't care. It does not bother me at all. I don't care.
It just
Yeah.
depends on the day. She's lying. All right. So
Now,
listen, I can lay. Listen, I can lay in the bed all day and not even
That
say
annoys me.
one word to her. She'd be like, "Oh, "You're not paying attention to me. Hello."
no, swear to God.
This one right here.
I tell him he's being ignored.
Not enough.
Not enough.
I did talk to you.
Not enough.
Says not enough.
No,
Do
No.
more.
he'll be like, I'm here though. I'm right here. No.
Dang it. I say the same thing. I'm like, I'm right here. Oh, what do you want me to do?
No.
She'll be like, I don't know. And then
Meanwhile, he's talking to his other wives, blacks, and LA.
I'm like, where do I
Girl,
fit in?
they're whispering in the WhatsApp.
yeah, we
And
are
then black
talking.
people-
Yeah.
You hear black
We
folks,
are.
get this shit. Did you know that this bitch?
I'm like, what is happening? And I'm like, what happened? Is he okay? They're like, oh, he's like, oh, they fine. They just
Was that last night that you were like, blacks must be outside or something at home? Because he was eating and I was dying. I was laughing so hard. It was so funny.
What do you mean when I win?
when you get away from me, when he goes out into the yard or does some yard work or some whatever, that's when I know it's on him popping and he's cursing and acting crazy.
Boy,
It's hilarious.
I'm out there
You know-
doing yard, which is I love doing yard work.
Yeah, he loves doing yard
But-
work.
He's weird.
Yeah.
I love it.
Doing yard work.
My dad instilled that in me along.
He was just laying mulch down.
Yeah, I was just laying mulch before this show and edging my lawn. I have to finish doing
We
that.
did that.
Yeah.
Oh, but your HOA stuff and everything, right?
No, my HOA will
Or kind of a community, like community sort of.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
see, we don't give two shits out here.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Well, we have wild.
I just want hold on. I want to put on the record that my wife has cussed way more than we have. Okay, the
Oh, I know.
black
I'm
man
gonna say,
called
I'm
missing.
surprised you guys have not cursed.
Look at this.
I can
you
swear
see
in
that?
full
No.
paragraph, and
Do you
it'll
see
make
that? You see that black? You see that black? I just want y'all to know we men have been on our best behavior.
That's what
Wow,
I
I'm
What is
so
going on with you, huh? Do you not know how to stop? Look at it. How you go off?
Why he
camera?
turned his camera off because his mom's here?
Hey, look,
Because you don't want to laugh at you. That's what it is. Because you are funny.
Oh, Mayo said prepping is his love language.
Like, yeah, that's cool. But we're just weird. Like she said,
Yeah.
putting stuff into boxes as far as the love language. We have so many different things, but
Yeah.
they are also the same.
Yeah.
Which makes it work for me because I don't need you to be up underneath me,
Yep.
but I'm needy at the same time.
It's
so.
me there, like that.
You just have to know. Like with you, with him, it's years and years of trial and error. Basically, it was years because he also changed. Like after the
See,
blast.
Talking
and his-
about that growing, that evolving.
Yeah.
about
I
that.
mean, it's age, then it's army, then it's not only getting out and going to civilian world, but also with a brain injury, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everything kept changing, and I knew him before all that. So
yeah.
this guy is turning into a different person in front of me, but growing at the same time. So it was like it was all ever evolving, and it still is. And I think it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Like,
You're absolutely-
I think it absolutely has to keep evolving and keep growing and not changing, but
She
kind
deal
of.
with a lot from y'all, okay?
No, whatever.
That's all that means. She
That's
just
not what that means. Because I be telling you, listen, I'm like the easiest person to ever
No, you're not.
take. Listen, don't let me lie. Don't let me lie to you. Listen, I
They
eat,
even know you're lying.
I
Ask
eat
him what
like
he
an
eats.
American. Listen, all you just make me happy. Give me my chicken separate away from my salad, right? We're
You
good.
know
Don't
that-
put
But
it
don't put it
She just
together.
like our son.
don't put it together. All right, we're
Okay.
cool. Do
Like,
not
if you want to
ever
make
give
chicken
me
Caesar salad, don't put it together.
don't give me
My boy.
chicken parm. I hate it. You don't put red
'Cause
stuff
it's
on
too
chicken.
smothery and all that stuff.
Oh, girl,
Uh,
no. He's got a whole list.
No seafood. If I do eat fish, it's gonna be cod.
Keep going. No steak.
Keep
No
going.
chicken on the
steak is out
bone.
to chicken on the bones out of the question. At least take it off.
Okay.
Tell me what you have left to make 7 days a week.
I got
Hot
that.
dogs and pork.
When
and
you
beef.
can cook, like cook your ass off.
Stuff.
So it's like 5-year-old, like eat like.
And then
Yes,
loud
we have a
flavor-
child like that.
And then loudmouth
Our middle
flavored
child.
the room, and it made it all better.
There you
Can I
go.
just?
Look,
I like
we
to
need the
jump
barbecue
in here.
sauce sometime soon.
Yeah,
Huh?
I told them about the barbecues. I got the recipe right here in my book.
You better get that. Yeah,
Well, you
I
gotta
like
give
to
it out the
jump
book and in the
here
bottle.
and just kind of defend Knuckle Tom on a chicken parm thing.
I don't like
I'm
it either.
actually weird on a chicken parm. I don't. That breaded chicken with sauce and cheese on it.
I like it.
That's weird.
It
Like,
gets soggy, soft, and spongy like a sponge.
Yeah, I don't like
can
it.
understand
Yeah,
it because I make chicken parm like from scratch, like bang out the chicken,
Ooh.
everything. But
She's
But-
Italian, by the way.
I am. But let me tell you, eggplant parm, although tastes good, is the most soggiest. It's like
Yes, it
yes,
is.
it is.
yeah, like breading
it is.
squash. You know what I mean? Like it's like,
I'm a
and I
tex-
like
Everybody's face is like this.
texture. Yes.
look. I like I'm a flavor guy, as you know.
Yep.
You know, loudmouth flavors.
Yep.
But doggone it, texture.
Yeah. he got
I
it.
need I can't eat pudding. I
love
hate
pudding.
freaking pudding. If I'm gonna eat pudding,
Yeah.
I need to have something crunchy with it.
Like
I need
rice,
to
like right? Do you like tapioca?
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can eat
because you
that.
gotta have something in it.
Yeah, not just pudding. I'm old school.
Tapioca.
I understand.
Ugh.
Yeah, like,
Rice
but-
pudding and all of that. Ugh.
Wait a minute. Rice pudding is all it is sugar rice. That's all it is. Stop it. And I love
Yeah,
rice.
it is.
pudding.
It is
Something
sugar
about
rice.
bread in it or something, or something.
Right? Hold on.
I don't need that
Rice
stuff.
in sugar. That's like people that put sugar in
Wait a minute.
grits.
Let's get you up out of here.
Or
We
sugar.
put sugar in grits and we put sugar in
Hold
rice.
on.
Okay.
What did Mayo say? People are saying things.
What did he
B-Rad said
say?
you
He
gotta
put
put.
sugar in his
Oh
rice?
no,
That's
B-Rad,
what
he
I
has a
do.
notebook.
Oh,
Rice and listen, sugar and butter. Oh my!
He said, "I'll
God.
buy it." Yeah, this is all my secrets. No, I don't care. Ain't
I
nothing
don't
secret.
like
I told
grits.
you.
I
I'll
don't
tell
like
you
grits.
exactly.
Grits are
I'll tell you exactly what's in all of it. I don't care. But can you make it like me?
No, you will not.
Look, but
That is your future for your family. No, you will not tell anyone. What is wrong with you?
what was I gonna say? So tapioca. But okay. So first of all, you don't put sugar in grits. That's the
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
Thank
It's supposed to be butter, right?
You don't put sugar in
I
grits. You
love
put butter.
and
Butter,
Yeah,
sugar.
salt, and pepper.
Sugar and grits is never gonna work.
Thank you. Salt, butter, salt,
Sugar.
pepper. No
Sugar,
sugar in your
sugar.
grits. Then
And cheese, if
put
you
sugar
want
in grits.
cheese.
Yeah, and some cheese. If you put sugar in grits, then now it's freaking what's that stuff?
Now it's off-brand Farina.
Now
It's
porridge.
malto meal with sugar,
It's malto meal.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Ugh.
and I love multi meals. I'm sorry. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
what is that meal? Is that
That's our,
Farina?
that's our son for real. My
Yeah,
boy
yeah.
would not eat
What is
anything.
Malta meal or whatever you're saying?
Cream of wheat. Cream of wheat. It's
Cream of
I
wheat.
am what? I don't know what this is.
Oh wait,
Cream
cream of wheat?
Cream of
You
wheat
never
is
had
No,
cream of
not
wheat?
delicious.
that. The other thing you were saying.
Malto meal
The
is
brown
is
one,
generic
malto
version.
meal. Malto meal is brown, but it's
Yeah.
delicious.
It's cream of wheat.
It
It's
sounds
disgusting.
Yeah, cream of
disgusting.
wheat,
Oh
right?
my
That's
God.
gross.
Is that like malt, like the malted powder mixed in?
So it's
No.
basically
Listen,
No.
it's delicious.
Oh, okay. Because that sounds gross.
It's
basically-
delicious.
It's sugar wheat, and I
You
hate it.
never seen
Yeah, there they go right there. Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, just make this
That looks
degenerate
really
down
gross.
in the corner.
It's delicious.
I like
Yo,
chocolate malto meal.
yo,
Yeah, I like
malto
See, I have
meal-
texture
Malto meal,
issues
mama,
like
you
that.
like-
Mm-mm.
It tastes
You like
good.
malto meal, mama? You said that, mama.
What's that?
You said you like malto
Yeah,
meal.
she said yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh.
like the chocolate malto meal.
Okay.
Oh,
let's-
semolina. Okay.
let's get
See,
you a
Georgia
bite.
got to speak my language, and I know what she's talking about.
You got mama up
She
out
said-
of there. Mama, that's the first time they got you up out of there.
Georgia said in Italian, it's called semolina, and it's sweet. Now I know what she's talking about. So if it's the same thing, I get it. I don't want it,
Yeah,
but I get it.
semolina. That stuff is weird.
Yeah,
It's
so
delicious.
my son would not eat anything but that.
For like
And then
2 or 3
for
years.
4 years.
4 years? Was it 4?
From
You
his
have a
from,
weird son too.
he first of all, he would if I made it, it was made wrong. Even if I made it exactly like her.
Yeah.
Then she come and fix it by adding just a drop more of milk. And he'd be
Yeah.
like,
Oh, it's so much better now. Yeah, I know.
Dad didn't do
Dad
it.
doesn't do it white. I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway,
And then you're insulted.
yeah, I'm like, I'll never make it
know.
for you again. Then I make it.
So me and her have totally different cooking styles, which is good because
What do you mean? You don't cook? What do you mean?
That's why
Again.
it's totally different. That's
100% different.
Listen, the only time I eat when I cook is if I make tacos.
Ooh.
Totally different.
That's it. But
And then
I have such a wide variety of things I can cook that I don't cook.
Like,
Oh my lemon pepper chicken is delicious. Don't play with me.
I wouldn't know. 20 years, I wouldn't know.
I made it in Texas.
No, you didn't. You were
Yes, I
deployed in
did.
Texas.
How much? No.
What, that 3 weeks that you were home?
How much you want to bet extra cars? He knows. He remembers every time I cook.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've only cooked so many times.
You know what else is weird to me? People that eat cream cheese on bread.
You don't like that?
But like bagels?
Why?
No.
You mean on bagels? Oh, on
Like-
bread?
On regular bread.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's
soft bread?
Like I've seen people be like, yeah, put cream cheese on toast, and I'm like, what?
Why?
Well, you put it if you put it on a German bread, it's delicious.
Okay, yeah.
Like a brioche?
It's not called a brioche. What is it called? I can't remember. My dad knows because I used to eat them. They're like coming rolls right here. You
So
put
is German bread like a bagel light or something?
it's really fluffy.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't.
I don't want cream cheese on anything fluffy.
It's not a. God, it's not.
I asked my dad. Brochen.
Oh yeah,
I just said brioche.
It's a
It's not the
brioche.
same.
Yeah, it's the same family though.
Okay.
It
But
is
yeah,
a-
you put that on there, and then they got this little jelly you go with it. Oh my god, bro! I'm telling you.
Well, if you add
You're
it with jelly,
Stop
okay,
talking about that food.
okay. So I see what you're saying. If you adding it with jelly, then it makes sense. But alone with just cream cheese, no, you got to get out of here with that.
I don't like
People
cream
put
cheese.
cream cheese and jelly together?
Yeah,
Oh my
That's
God,
good.
it's
That's
jelly
delicious.
is banging.
No, that
delicious.
shouldn't go together.
It's delicious. But, hold on,
There's
time.
something wrong
Let
with
me hit
that.
pause on this, right? Let me hit pause on this. Now she don't understand how I can be in here for hours talking.
You see what's wrong with us now? We talk about the most random stuff.
This is what we're in here talking about.
And this is all the time. We
Okay.
get off and you see the chat. B-Rad's like, any toasted bread with jelly or cream cheese spread is good. Like, this is what we
I'm
did.
like, I want to try that.
It's good. Look,
Yeah, right?
No, but you got to do it on a bagel.
yeah.
Don't go just
Yeah.
toasted no random piece of
Yeah.
bread with
No.
jelly
Now,
and cream cheese.
now let me tell you a
Gotta do it on
Negro
a bagel.
spiritual meal I grew up eating. So a Negro spiritual meal I grew up eating was grits, of course, salt, pepper, butter, cheese, and salmon croquettes.
Oh, salmon croquettes is banging.
Bang!
Every time my wife makes salmon croquettes, I'm like, yes. The whole family.
Bougie household to me.
No, listen,
You're a
that
bougie
my
household?
grandmother, we go over her house and it would smell of salmon croquettes. I loved it every doggone time. I mean, it's such a comfort food for me.
Is that the same as salmon cakes?
Yeah. It's salmon croquettes and salmon cakes.
Yeah. Okay.
I would make them so much she got sick of them. But then I stopped making them, and then she's looking for
I
them.
was like, hey, where's
She's like, that would be good.
And my lasagna is award winning.
It's so good.
Okay,
Oh, I love lasagna.
Lasagna is.
and especially since I put Italian stallion in it. That I'm trying to tell you,
Blueberry bacon.
blueberry bagels are good. That's our son. He loves blueberry.
She's
bagels.
like, wait a minute.
That's him. Any blueberry, the boy's weird. He likes anything. He is opposite of his sisters in everything. when it comes to drinks, when it comes to eating. He likes, of course, like every other little boy, sweets, but not as much as his sisters do. His sisters, we bring some candy home or cake home. He has to. If he doesn't, he's one of the boys. He's a person like this. It comes in the house. Well, I tell him it's here. He'll say, "I'll eat it later."
Yeah.
His sisters are on it immediately.
And
they will eat it all. And then when he's done doing what he was doing, he'll come to get it. And he'll be like,
and then he's upset.
They ate it all.
Yep. And you're like, I told you.
Yep.
He wants to sit and enjoy it. He wants it with his cup of milk.
Yeah.
On a separate paper towel.
He needs to have had a bath.
He needs to have had a bath.
He wants to be clean.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong here.
I mean, it's just
for real.
It's too much. Just go eat.
It's just intricate. I mean, look, at least we know that he'll be clean.
But his wife is not going to.
He's got an intricate, but he's got an intricate mind. So that's pretty cool. It'll be annoying to him for a little while.
They tried to.
They tried to say something was wrong with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was born, before he was born, when we were at the Korean hospital, they tried to say that
maybe he'll have
Down syndrome.
like Down syndrome, or they don't know what's wrong, or
They say he has a big head.
But
they said, look,
see the size of
his size of his head.
Saying it. I said, you see my husband's head.
Right?
I was like, but out there, they're very quick to like abort and stuff, and they were like,
yeah,
if you want to get rid of it, we can do that.
Yeah, and we were like, no.
I'm like, so what was I, 6 months?
You were 6 months at the time.
I'm
my god,
isn't that crazy?
And we of course stopped seeing him, and then and then when he was born, nobody believes us. This boy started walking in his walker at 3 months.
Yeah,
chasing her down.
Yeah, I have the video.
Yeah, colicky
he's
baby.
got that intricate mind.
Yeah, that's what
he couldn't hold his head up though. Look at that dog. He's humongous.
Can I just point something out real quick?
Yeah.
You see,
Why are you barking?
You see, this is the problem with society. You see, the white privilege in America. Look at Mayo Monkey. He says blueberry bagel with cream cheese and cherry preserves. Get you some goddamn jelly.
Get some jelly. That's right.
Mayo probably made the cherry preserves.
He probably made it. I believe that.
I believe it too. That's Mayo for you.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I just don't understand how two grown adults don't drink.
Oh, look, man, I'm gonna tell you. First of all, my father is an avid drinker. Okay?
Okay, that makes sense.
So,
and a really heavy drug. Was a really heavy drug.
Makes perfect sense.
Her father, but my father didn't drink nothing but beer. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And how you knew he was drunk was he wouldn't ever shut up. So that was one thing.
And my dad was a violent.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Then my mother, because that's my father drinking isn't going to deter me if I wanted to drink. So my mother never drank. She doesn't drink either. So I was like,
But my mom drinks a lot.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'm never gonna do
like DUIs, like in jail for it was.
Hell! Oh man. Okay, so I understand that now because that's why I don't do drugs. I know. I don't like even when I smoke cigarettes, right? It was just to get out of work.
Personality. Yep.
I don't have that addictive personality to stimulants like that. I don't even drink coffee, none of that, because I just don't like it.
And it's crazy. I don't even understand how people have addictive personalities to stimulants. Coffee doesn't do it for me. I drink it because
you better shut up about coffee.
Huh? That's her too. Coffee hit.
I love
I never wanted to ever smoke weed. People would always. I mean, it was always around. People always
I did it. My whole family still smokes weed besides me. I'm like the only. Well, two of us, the only two that don't smoke weed besides the children. I'm like, I look at them. I'm like this.
Yeah.
$45 an hour, $50 an hour,
Yeah.
or smoke weed. I'll take the money.
It's definitely smoke weed, right? Of course.
Yeah.
You don't pay $50 an hour. And then my brother, he used to smoke. Well, yeah, he used to smoke Primos.
Oh, weed.
And, all the time.
What's that?
So yeah, for those of you who don't know what a Primo is, that's a
Weed and
cigarette.
coke. I mean,
Yeah.
but
You open up the cigarette, take out the tobacco, mix the tobacco with the cocaine, and smoke.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Wait, that's a thing?
yeah,
I was just gonna say those exact same words. That's a
Yeah.
thing.
they
Yeah.
do that, or they'll do it even better. They'll put it in weed, so they'll have
Yeah.
a double stimulant, so a downer and an upper at the same time. They put
Why?
cocaine with weed, and it's
That just sounds
ridiculously
stupid.
Just to end their lives. That's why. And my brother struggled with that all his life, man. As long as I've known him, and
Have you heard about the ones that dip their cigarettes or their weed in formaldehyde and then put it in the
and
freezer?
it warm into it. Yeah.
Leak?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I went to high school with a lot of them. They were crazy. They were insane. These are black children. I told you I went to a 99.99% black high school in the inner city of Chicago, and still came out unscathed. Well, at least I think.
Well, I wasn't homeschooled, but I was always going to what do you call it? Summer school and stuff like that to get away from being at home at the time. So my thing was to always be on the move, moving, doing something, taekwondo, wrestling, football, all kind of sports, so I didn't have to be at home.
That's
And
right.
they got me away from a lot of bad dumb stuff. As that's what it's usually what it is. But that was my element, was just get away from the house. But I've always been that way.
So when you guys spoke about weed, right? It's funny to me because I smoked weed up until 30. But here's the funny part. I could always stop to get a job.
Yeah.
Like people that can't stop for employment, that like I don't know, to me that was like the true moment of addiction, where it's like you can't stop to do something and then go back to it. Like
Yeah.
that's lack of self-control.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lack of self control, lack of impulse control. These people who
What the hell? Why did Mayo? Hold on. Hold on. No chaser was timed out. I think it was by mistake. I'm assuming because that doesn't.
That's
make
what
any
it is.
sense.
That wet, right? Right, Vic?
Wet. Yeah, that's called wet. Yeah.
What was the Woolies?
Huh?
Wasn't the Woolies the cigarette and Coke?
I don't know what they call that.
Primo.
What they call them primos. From where I'm from, they call them primos.
Yeah, where I'm from, they're called primos.
Now when you
But maybe on the
mix
East Coast it was called
when
Woolies.
you get the formaldehyde, it's called wet. Yeah.
Yeah, wet.
Ooh. I don't need to get high that bad, so that's not smart. I don't need that.
Man, your microphone is off, dude.
I said, I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure it wasn't echoing. I said, I don't need to get high that bad to make my life feel enamored by anything. I just don't need that in my life. I much rather. I think what it is. I don't think I want to. I want to be in control of my life at all times,
Right.
and I can't do that being. Jesus Christ, these damn dogs, man.
I used to be told all the time. I used to be told all the time by people who engaged in that foolery that they can't trust me because I never get high, and I never get.
I've
drunk.
heard that too.
But I can't trust a man who won't ever get drunk. I can't trust a man who won't ever get high. Are you out of your mind? Or people who would deliberately say,
Like, I don't need you around.
"I want to see you get high. I want to see you get drunk."
I want to see how you act.
Talking about figuring out ways to try and trick me into doing it.
Yeah.
Of course, I got away from those scallywags with the quickness.
Yeah.
But still, you know, people are malicious, man, for no reason. You didn't do anything to them, and they still want to try and harm you just so that they can have a laugh. It's insane.
Or take something.
Yes,
Have you-
or take some from you.
Have you ever wondered why you made yourself a survivor and other people in your family didn't?
I do. To this day, I do. I wonder why. I do. My family engages in things that we were not raised to engage in,
Mhm.
and I'm like, we weren't raised this way. Why are you acting that way?
Mhm.
Why are you putting yourself in these situations that you know better than? And I do ask that question. You can ask her. I always am asking that rhetorical question that I know the answer to.
Hey, Blacks, you know what? Since you said you know the answer, I'm not gonna ask the question.
You see,
Yeah.
no chaser. I don't care if people smoke weed. It has its pharmaceutical, helps. But it's not important to me. It's like even alcohol is not important to me. I only drink because I like the way it tastes every now and again, every Friday.
Every now and then, every Friday.
But I don't need it. I don't need it throughout the week. I don't drink it throughout the week. I mean, even most times, if I'm not on here, I won't even. I used to like when I was gaming. I had the whole thing as pull up Fridays. I always drunk on Fridays. That was the only day I drunk, and then the rest. And even then, I didn't drink all the time. I didn't drink every Friday, but I don't look. I could not drink. Just like when I stopped smoking cigarettes, I was like, so much money I saved. Why would I want to do this?
Yo,
So that's
go ahead. Sorry, excuse me.
No,
No Chaser said in New York, they mix their weed with go-to leaf. That's just a tobacco leaf. That's the pure tobacco leaf.
Oh man, you must really be getting a buzz off that. My God.
Yo, let me tell you something about Funta leaf, right?
Yeah.
You mix a little too much in that, and one hit of the blunt, you run into the shitter.
Oh man.
Yo, that's straight tobacco. Like it's straight tobacco.
Mm.
And
Never
if
heard
you
of it.
put two,
Yeah. No chaser. I do not drink wine.
yeah.
I don't drink any spirits. Or
You put too much. Yo, you put too much of that tobacco leaf in there. You take a hit, and your stomach start cringing. It's over. You run into the bathroom.
Hey, we see you, Mayo.
Man, so
Hilarious.
but yeah,
Crazy.
My granny used to grow tobacco, and she made her own twists and
wow, really?
other tobacco products, and their favorite way of getting us to never chew tobacco was shoving a big wad of that stuff in our mouth. Well, maybe not want to chew tobacco, but unfortunately, I did pick up the habit of smoking. But
My dad chewed. I don't think he does anymore. But all growing up, he chewed tobacco. He's from the Delta of Mississippi. This man and all his. Have you ever seen an old woman chew tobacco?
Yes, I have.
The craziest thing. When I was a little boy, I used to think only dudes did that. But then I saw my aunts. He has like 13 brothers and sisters, and they would all chew tobacco. And I remember one day, my dad had left the chaw. He didn't have dip. He had chewing tobacco, where you have to get the chaw and take a bite out of it, and then chew it, and then stick it in your lip. Right here between your teeth, your teeth and your lip. And so one day, my brothers and I, my two younger brothers and I, went up there when he was asleep, and we grabbed it because it looked like a candy bar. We all took a bite.
Oops.
Nearly died.
Yo, look what Vic just said. Chewing tobacco will make you sick if you swallow the juice. You got to spit that stuff out.
You do,
that
man.
Stuff, one or two swallows.
Have you ever had
You're done.
Afghanistan chewing tobacco?
I have not.
Oh my God. So it's a 2-part process, right? You put this white crap and then the tobacco crap together, roll it around, and then you put it in your man. That is the most disgusting chewing tobacco I've ever had. Oh well, never again. So I'm one of those people that I'll try something once. I mean, I'm not gonna try crack, coke, none of that, but I'm gonna try majority stuff once. I'm not gonna try gay stuff, none of that, but I will try majority of things once, right? And my homeboy came from he just came back from Iraq and he said he got this one. I got this chewing tobacco. I mean this Afghan chewing tobacco. Bro, it's the roughest. It'll put all this American stuff to shame how harsh
it,
that is.
It will. I can only.
Oh my God.
So
And it
you guys were-
burns.
yes.
It
When you guys
burns.
were overseas, did you experience the coffee that they drink? Let me
I
tell
get-
you, the coffee we drink here
Ain't nothing.
is water.
It's almost like chocolate. How thick it is.
Yeah.
Yo, grains of coffee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord have mercy. It looked good on television, but
Yo,
Like-
and,
It's like gritty.
yo, and they give you little cups. They give you shot glasses of coffee
yeah.
overseas. When
That's
I
a
was
real-
in Israel and they served you coffee, you got a shot glass that looked like mud water, like mud water. And
Hey,
it was black grains at the bottom of the shot when you were done.
yeah.
So in other words, you were drinking the same cookie that
I was just about to say,
ate.
I could have had that with my mud cookie.
Yo.
I could have had that with my bun cookie.
You know,
Yo, listen, the way they do coffee is different.
Yeah. Strong.
they do, man. Espresso for sure.
Sometimes it's
Espresso
alcohol in it,
to the
too.
max.
Man.
You put alcohol in it.
But anyway, shoot, it's been 2 hours, and now we got to get back to these children. But this has been an experience. She knows now how to do this.
I guess it's not so scary.
If this white woman can do it, well, she cusses a lot, so don't worry about it. But mine is the cussing part that she does. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta overlook what people say, and if it don't apply, just let it fly. That's how I always looked at my life. If you know it don't apply to you, even if it did, if it was disrespectful, just remember you have the tools to be like, boop, you gone.
Yeah, get rid of them. Put them in timeout. Kai uses it all.
I mean, if you look at the back chat where he said, where 777 said, "What's going on here, blacks? Why did they kick me? I kicked Tom kicked me out. LOL. Oh wow, that was fire, I guess. Oh, I'm not allowed here to copyright that. Pfft, I don't care, dude. You don't fit the profile of being here. You gotta go.
yeah. Tom kicked him. I already knew who did.
Hey, Dubwell.
Well, what's up, man? This is my wife
Yo, Will, what up, bro?
right here.
This is Black's wife.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I forgot my train of thought. Anyway, this has been real. You know, now she understands how it is, man. She'll come up here again, of course.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoyed both
Yeah,
of
this
us
was
being up
fun.
here in our dynamic.
I think it was a great idea.
Thanks. It was hers. It wasn't
Yeah, I
mine.
just
a
wanted
nice-
to, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Is
No,
really-
it was a good idea because it makes you have to do it to understand. Because I didn't for a long time either. I had nothing to do with any of this. And that was me too, saying, "What the hell is really going on?"
I'm like, this is cool.
Yo, look, Doug Wells said, "Is he holding you hostage, man? Do we need?"
What is it? Blink
times.
twice? What
Yeah.
is it?
Remember I told you? Was it blink
Yeah,
twice? No, what did I say? The universal signal for distress is.
You okay? What the hell are you doing?
That's a natural.
Oh, I thought something was wrong with you, weirdo.
Uncle Tom said that he keeps telling his origin story with Guy talking about. He said she was my babysitter.
Oh,
She was my babysitter.
No,
Listen,
I was not.
listen. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Listen,
Why?
Now my voice sounds all right, except for I'm nasally right now. All right, listen. I was 13,
What?
and she came through my.
Talk to yourself.
Look,
Telling those old
every
crazy
time
stories.
Listen,
she'll be in
my
the
mom,
other room and
my
he'll
mom-
say,
You're not letting him tell that story.
You're gonna be like my mom said. Well, let's call
all
your
right,
mom.
all right.
Let's call
So
your
guess
mom.
what?
Call your mom.
My
Call your
mom's
mom.
sleep. My mom's sleep right now, right?
No,
So,
she is not. You know
anywho,
damn well your mom is not
all right.
asleep.
Well, the real story was I met her at McDonald's because I wanted
Ugh.
a Whopper.
Really?
So she had to show me where Burger King
don't-
was, and then she gave me directions to
I don't know
Burger
why
King.
he lies.
And
Don't come back here until you tell the truth.
That's okay, Kai. My husband tells everybody that he didn't want to get married, but I sat on his chest and put my hands around his throat until he was almost dead, until he agreed to marry me. And he tells everybody that.
I don't know
Our-
why he does that.
Our children actually believe that until they
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
enough to
Yes.
know that he was lying.
He tells the kids these foolish stories.
yeah. Yeah, every time she gets pregnant, I said that's miraculous conception.
Like I
Yeah.
have
Nothing to do with
that.
it.
I'm like,
Yep.
get out of here.
Really?
I'd be sitting over there smacking him, telling him, "Shut up! That's not true, and you know it's not
And
true."
what does that do? What does that serve? That serves to reinforce his story.
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? This is
I
what I'm
didn't think
saying.
about that till you mentioned
That's why when I said I went to McDonald's, she had to tell me how to get the Burger King. I seen her out there. I was like, I don't want a Big Mac. I want a Whopper. Give me a Whopper. Now, and that's when we started rapping. She gave me directions.
So stupid.
It might be stupid, but it's true.
Did you forget about? No, it's not true.
Okay.
And did you forget about the part of you already told them about the 1,700-mile trip? So how does that fit into your little lie?
I was taking a road trip like I normally did. I always did road trips every year.
You took a $1,700-mile road trip to go to
Of course.
Burger King?
Yes, I did. I was hungry at the time.
What about the restraining order?
Or the snot bubbles outside the window with the speaker.
Who has snot
real.
bubbles in the
And the
restraining
overalls.
order?
There was a
And
restraining
I thought
order?
it was 17,000 miles.
I don't know.
It's 1,700. It really is 1,700.
Yeah, it was 1,701
Oklahoma
miles.
to Massachusetts is about 1,700.
It was 1,701 mile from door to door.
And she forced you to drive there, right?
She sure did. I was looking for a McDonald's in my town, and she knew exactly where to go for Burger King. So I was like, "Yes, that's what I want. I love Whoppers."
So, okay, I'll drive from Oklahoma to Massachusetts just to go to Burger King because there's none.
Well, you have a historic Burger King there, so that's where I want to do. The very first one was in Massachusetts.
So not only
was
do you
that?
want a Whopper, you want a historic Whopper.
Yes, historic, historically made.
Funny thing about that is I didn't really even like 90% of fast food I had never had until I met him.
That's crazy.
Never ate fast food.
Hey, Kai is the one who encouraged me not to go to Massachusetts when I was looking at that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She said
It's a very liberal state. Very liberal state.
Don't go. Don't
And she
go.
said, Matt, yeah, I told him thanks, but no thanks. They were like, oh,
Yeah.
I said, are you sure? I said, absolutely not.
But I hated it.
And it gets cold as hell.
Negro, just come on down.
Yeah,
Well,
oh, yeah.
We know about cold. We grew up in it. It's
Hell no.
That's
No,
why we
sir.
don't.
You would have hated it.
He said you don't know nothing about Boston code. He said no, but seriously, yeah, we hate it. That's why we don't live in Chicago now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No.
I gotta go
cold
get.
is
We're
not
all
the
over the
reason y'all
cold
don't live
thing.
in
All of
Chicago.
us.
Huh?
Do not the cold is not the reason. Don't put that on the cold, please.
Well, it's not the reason. Nick. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, For real though, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go check on this other one. But this has been real. We will do this again. Sundays, of course, are my days to be up here, and I'm glad that I was able to share it with my wife. Thank you guys for showing her love. Everybody in the chat.
Yeah, it was good.
And everybody on the panel, of course, is family. So thank you guys for supporting this stream tonight. And she did good. We were only supposed to be here for an hour max. We were here for 2 hours and about 15 minutes. So
hey, can I snitch on him real quick? He was on the phone with us earlier, like, I'm at church. I
came out.
I was about to bop you over the
head. Because there was drama going on that he had to know about.
He was like, I'm at church. I just want y'all to know this is why I'm whispering, because I'm at church. If you know it, boy, I tell you what, just wait till I get out of here.
They had like 30 messages in there. I'm like, what are they talking about? So I heard the messages.
You could have waited.
I did wait. But then I heard the messages.
And then you really needed to know.
You know that message was for you. That's why it's okay. They got it on recording. I'm going to send it to you.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I had to tell because I'm a snitch. I told you I'm a snitch.
Oh, he's such a snitch.
Yeah, that was funny because I meant to roast you for that.
I was fun.
Yo, when he said it, I'm like, what is this guy running from his wife? So he
was in the bathroom at church.
Yeah, you pretended to go to the bathroom.
I did go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom first.
But what took you so long?
And so then I started going to find our oldest daughter. But then I had to sit down.
She was in the other bathroom on her phone being like, I'm at church.
And then the way my ankle and my knee is set up, I had to sit down.
Along with your bank account. I already know.
All right, y'all. I'm going to hold y'all no more. It was funny. You guys have a good night.
You too. Right. Hey, guys. Thanks for showing up.
Great show, guys.
Thanks for sure. Please come and subscribe to Black Suit of Fi and like.
Let me put this. I'll put the stuff up. Hold on.
Please do like and share. Likes and shares pay dividends. Thank you so much. Likes and shares pay dividends.
There is Black Suit of Fi's channel.
Yes.
His website for Loudmouth Flavors.
Yes.
And also his YouTube for same. So
yes.
Go to all three.
And thank you, Kai, for always being on it like that, being the greatest admin. Please go and do that. Please subscribe to the Port Sessions. Please subscribe to Kai's Customs.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to LA Wilkes. We're just trying to get and like and share. Of course, those are the two most important metrics: liking and sharing. And go leave a comment at the end of the stream.
After the stream's over. Yes, that's very important. After the stream's over, even if it's an emoji.
Yes.
We can't stand you guys. Whatever you want, within reason.
Yeah.
Because it kind of feeds the algorithm.
It does feed the algorithm.
Lala is over there editing the earlier show.
Oh, yeah? Okay, cool. Yeah, see, that's my point. Editing it, and we'll probably clip this up too. There's some great moments here.
Yeah, you need to, because that would be some great shorts for you. Did you do your link tree yet? No,
I didn't. Look, I did it before, and I accidentally paid for it. Then I canceled it.
Okay.
I didn't pay for it. So now I'm gonna
do just super simple. It should take you like 20 minutes. Do it super simple. Send it to me so I can put it everywhere.
Okay, cool.
Because if we can pull everybody into one spot for you, it would feed people all over the place for you, to your website, to your YouTube page, Instagram, whatever the case may be, and then you can set up a shop through that.
You're absolutely right.
It just makes it so much easier in one spot, because I did it with all different spots for so long, and it just gets overwhelming.
It does get overwhelming.
It does.
Man,
Things get lost in the shuffle. People get lost. Customers get lost.
man, I'll tell you that, man.
I know.
Packages lost. Anyway, hey,
I have
Black,
a stack of boxes next to me.
I know you do. Doggone it. But anyway, good night, everybody.
Bye,
This has
guys.
been real.
Bye.
It was
right
good
now.
to meet you.
It was good to
Me
meet
too.
you. Yes.
Thank
Hope to
you.
see your smiley face more often.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll set up. Hold on. When I end it, you want to end it now?
Yeah, I'll end it here. Good night, everybody. I'm going to end it.
Good
hit the
night.
end.
Good night.
Okay, so, and we're